What's up, the boxing world? Welcome to Strictly Boxing with Derek Poppy Rolon. All right, man, this past weekend, man, I'm not hearing a lot of people talk about the Catterall and Josh Taylor fight, man, the long awaited rematch. First fight was a very controversial fight. It was given to Taylor, and a lot of people think that Catterall had won. So in the rematch, even though some people think Taylor won, I still think Catterall won and deserved the win. I do think it was a lot closer than what the judges had it, though. Maybe the judges was, you know, I don't know. I don't know what they were looking at. My man, Bob Arum got in the ring. He was upset. Never saw Bob Arum act like that, but that was funny to me. But he's still around, man. He's still putting on fights, and he's still in the game that he loved. Um, there's some things I know, man. I know I keep saying, man, I don't like to talk about the Devin Haney and Garcia stuff, but there's still a lot of stuff going on with this, man. And as a result, man, it's in the face of boxing. It's in everything we turn on, so this is what it is. So Devin Haney got a documentary that came out. Documentary clearly informs us the same thing that Pro Grace was telling us, that Devin Haney had lost in Mexico, and it somehow, paid off or do whatever he had to do to get the loss removed. His behavior is kind of, it's not really what we really expect on the top level fighters, man. It doesn't look like he's carrying himself and conducting himself like a real champion, and that's my opinion, of course. People think that I'm hating on Devin Haney, but I'm not hating on Devin Haney. I'm actually a fan of Devin Haney. I like him personally. He's a Muslim brother of mine. I gotta respect that as well. So I'm not hating on him. However, his behavior with this Ryan Garcia fight is not what I expect from a champion of his caliber. I can respectfully say that. They're still talking about this Osterin, and they're talking about Garcia's, everything is going on with the PEDs, this PEDs, that, man, like deflating the focus off that you just didn't have the power, didn't have the skills, and couldn't beat Ryan Garcia. So as a result, we're going to keep this information in the faces of the fans instead of the fans understood. So instead of the fans seeing that Devin Haney got to go back to the drawing board, work on his defense, work on his power, and say let's fight again. He not focused on that. His focus is on the wrong thing. His focus on, I'm gonna keep y'all thinking I lost because of Ryan Garcia had Osterin in his system, and now all of these fans ride with that. No, he only lost because nobody's saying no. He lost because he was in the ring with somebody on his level. Like his whole life, Devin Haney's always been bigger than his opponent. He got that weight thing down. He got that weight thing down where he could gain 20 pounds and still be good. And that right there just not fair. It's just not fair for him to do the things that he do, and then all of a sudden now you're in the ring with somebody on your level and the same size as you. Now what? That's what we dealing with. That's all we dealing with right there. So now we can come up with the Osterin. Like I saw a video this morning. Brother said Osterin or not. Looking at the fight, the styles of the fighters, the way the fight went down, the power that Devin Haney didn't have, and the power that Ryan Garcia did have. Clearly, Osterin or not, Devin Haney would not beat Ryan Garcia that night. So, it's funny to me, man. My wife was sharing something with me, man. She said that Ryan Garcia was begging the referee to stop the fight, not because he wanted a KO on his record, but because Ryan was tired. He said Ryan Garcia was so tired. He said, "Ref, come on, please stop the damn fight." That's funny to me because the truth of the matter is, really, Ryan Garcia looked like he was out of shape, man. He fought in spurts, very often. That he, very seldom did he throw a lot of punches. He was just, some punches, he might have threw some rounds. He might have threw 10 rounds. And I'm taking my hat off to Devin for being hurt in the first round and being able to go the distance that he went. So, but we got to kind of somehow find a way to get out of this focus of what the boxing is about, man. I mean, we're trying to, everything is PEDs, and that's not what the real thing is, man. The real thing, we want to keep the true essence of the sport of boxing is that there's people that get in the ring and his fighters are now fighting each other and they're not making up excuses. Man, we got some big fights coming up. I'm looking forward to the Tank and Martin fight that's coming up on June 15th. That's going to be a good fight. On that same card, we got Ennis Booth fighting a worthy opponent, which is going to be something we're looking forward to, man. Even Crawford got a fight coming up, man. And Shakur got a fight coming up, I think July 6th or 7th or something. So we got some fights coming. The fighters are fighting. The top guys is fighting top guys. We're looking forward to unifying titles and undisputed titles, man. And now we're still focusing on Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. I think that should be over. I don't think the Oscar had anything to do with it. And my focus is that, I don't think that Devin Haney focus should be on the PEDs. I think his focus should be on getting back in shape, finding somebody to come around my camp to increase my power, the way that I punch, or to come somebody work on my defense. And then look, Ryan Garcia, we got to do it again. That's all his situation should be. I got to get myself right, go back to the drawing board, and then Ryan Garcia got to do it again. That's all that he should be talking about, man. And he's not doing that. He's not saying anything about a rematch. He's saying erase my loss, take the win from Devin, give the win to me, and that's it. I know exactly what you guys are saying. It sounds crazy. I know. But I know, here's the fans step on the thing. The fans are saying, well, what he did have it in his system. He did have Osterman in his system. He did. Okay? But to me, I think it's a conflict of interest. What do I mean by that? I think it's a conflict of interest. Vada is, now first of all, Victor Conte, he was guilty already, served time for steroids and stuff in the sport. He already served time. He's already been found guilty of it. Right? Now he's in charge of VADA. Okay, now this check it out. But he also has a personal relationship with the Haneys. He's like the head nutritionist or the head strength conditioner. He is personally connected with Devin Haney and his team. And so now he knows when the person is going to come. And man, all things could be part of this right here, man. Everybody think that I'm crazy to saying, like, man, he could have tampered with it. He could have put the ostrich in the, like, he's in charge of it. Like, I know. But I'm not saying that's the case. I'm not making any accusations against him. But I'm saying it's a conflict of interest. If Devin Haney got the same type of PEDs, he's not going to get found because they know when. Because Victor Conte can tell when he's coming and when he's not coming. Does this make any fairness to the sport of boxing? How can you convict a man with these type of what they call it? They call it well, how can we convict a man with these type of reasonable doubts? Like, there's too many reasonable doubts. He took a hair test. He took his hair follicle, came back that it wasn't in his system. So the hair follicle shows that as a long period of time, he hadn't used it. So there's no benefit from the use of Osterin that could have helped him. If he took it on the 18th, the 19th, the 20th, whenever there would not have been beneficial to him to to get any effects out of it. So what is the effect in it? It's in his system. Could be a deteriorating, could be a deteriorating factor. Like we got to come up with some. It could just been nothing to stop the Haneys from getting the zero because he don't want a zero. It took a zero off they lost in Mexico. Listen, what I think is this. I think that the only thing that a champion like a Devin Haney should be focused on is erasing my loss by getting back in the ring and beating Ryan Garcia. That's it. You get back in the ring and you beat Ryan Garcia. And if you can't do it, we tip your hat for trying it. All right? You got in there. Let me say, winning don't tell you much about a fighter. How he loses tells you about him. I think it was Muhammad Ali who said something. Muhammad Ali said something about or it could have been my man Mandela. It could have been Mandela that said it. I think, or he might have said it. He said, "It's not how a man wins; it's how a man loses. How he gets up, how he comes back. That shows the quality of the man. How he deals with a loss, how he deals with coming up short. This is what really this is really what tells you about the person. Anybody getting there and win. How does he lose? And we'll find out who he is really by how he deals with the loss. And to me, Devin Haney is just not dealing with it right. He's acting like it's not official. Look, man, you beat me. We got to do it again, all right? We got to go back in that ring because to me, the ring is like the blonde lady with the blonde mask. Justice. The ring is the courtroom. The ring is where you get justice at. You don't get justice no other way. Ain't no justice nowhere in boxing but in that ring. I get my own justice. Reschedule that fight. I'll fight you at 47, but we got to do it again. And that's all I'll be saying if I was Devin Haney. Nothing else would matter to me but getting Ryan Garcia back in the ring and redeeming myself in the ring. However, there is a possibility, and I hope it's not true, that Devin Haney could be finished. I know our man gonna tell me some stuff when I get to the gym the day later, like, you always hating on Dave Jamal. How you gonna be finished? He lost one. Because his behavior sounds shell-shocked to me. His behavior sounds like, nah, I ain't getting back in there with him. I don't want to fight him because we don't want to fight him because we know the type of person that he is. Because he'll do this and he'll do that. That's kind of funny to me, man. To me, those are words of person don't want to get back in the ring. Those are words from people fighters don't use about, nah, we don't want to fight him no more. We know the type. No. That's some funny stuff, man. I know he only lost one fight. The way he lost it, could be, and I hope I'm wrong again, that he's done. I hope I'm wrong. But Devin Haney's not talking about a rematch. He's talking about some other stuff. And that could be his father work, so we don't know. Maybe behind the scenes, Devin Haney can be telling your dad, stop all that, man. I don't care about that drug stuff. We got to get him back in the ring. I got to avenge myself. Now, if that's the case, then I take my hat off to the brother, But listen, man, this is Derek Pop, roll out of Strictly Boxing. Okay, we got big fights coming up. I talked about, the Tank Davis and Martin on June 15th. I don't know what you guys think about that fight, man. We're going to do a video on that later because I'm really looking forward to that fight. And like I said in previous videos about this being the time of upsets, man. There could be another upset. You never know. And I like Tank. I got Tank to win, but man, boxing is something different, man. Boxing, probably nothing guaranteed in boxing. That's why it's such a wonderful sport. Now listen, man, like my channel, man. If you like what I'm saying, man, hit the thumbs up. I appreciate it. I really do will. If you have something to say about the video, man, I really, really welcome your responses. You know, I have some good responses, some bad responses. I don't judge you. Whatever you think is your prerogative, man. If you think, you know, you have something negative to say, you know, say that too. But please, if you haven't subscribed, get in and subscribe to my channel. This is Strictly Boxing with Derek Poppy Roland. Peace.